All right, we're going live here, and it is now 8:30, my end, and I'm just waiting on Fabio. So he'll be with us any moment. So yeah, and we haven't talked in a while, me and Fabio. It's been a minute, so it's going to be cool to catch up again with one of the greats up here to me, the Italian Stallion 51. So like I said, he'll be joining us momentarily. I did send him an invite, so he may take a few minutes to set up. So who's out there watching? Now I need to fix my clock on my computer because it says 8:14. The clock on my desktop is like 17 minutes slow. So I need to fix that. So but yeah. And so Fabio, they may take a few minutes for him to set up, but he'll be with us. So wait a second. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Hey,
Hi.
what's up, man?
Not much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. So I'm trying to think when's the last time we did a one-on-one.
I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. It's been that long.
Yeah, we got Alter in here.
Hello.
So what have you been up to, man?
Same old. Working and trying to survive.
Yeah, same here. I barely survived Out for a Kill, which I watched recently in
Oh God.
Home Alone 4.
Oh, that's terrible. It's an awful double feature. What's up? Oh, I didn't know you had a dog as your profile.
What, is that a dog? What is that?
Yeah. Is that the dog from Elm Street 4? It looks like it. I think it is.
Oh, that's a good question.
Expendables 4 all the way.
Ooh.
Because it was just so terrible and it was bad and it was awful and it was atrocious and it was most of all embarrassing.
I was getting ready to. What would you if you had to pick between that and the Flash? Because the Flash for me.
I mean, I would still go with Expendables 4 because the Flash was terrible and everything that came with it is worse than the movie itself.
Yeah.
But I still got to go with Expendables 4 because it was just so nobody asked for it. It was just so awful. You could tell that nobody wanted to be there. Everything in the movie was CGI. It was embarrassing to everybody involved. It's just like, why? Now, if like I said in my review, if Dolph just did the movie to pay medical bills, I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. But everybody else, it's like, why? Why did you sign up for this? Like, I mean, yeah, they paid you. I get it. They paid you. But other than that, why? Did you not read the script? Did you?
You know what, though? I think you've convinced me the more I think about it. So, I mean...
Well, I'm good for something, I guess.
I don't know how I made it through that one. The Flash is awful, but...
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched The Flash. I won't.
Oh, you did? Oh, wait. I thought you've seen it. Didn't you?
No.
I thought you did a rant on it.
No. I refuse to watch it because of Ezra Miller. And how, how was this guy allowed to get away with all this stuff? And then, they were so concerned. What if we have to cancel the movie and what if we have to do this and what if it's like, are you kidding me right now?
All right, now that you mentioned it, you've already said that, so someone's gonna fork up the money in PayPal. And
hey, if they want to send a nice check and it clears, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna go pick the movie out on my own when I'm bored and watch it. It's not going to happen.
What's the matter? You don't want to see Michael Keaton die 3 times?
No, I'm good. But, I mean, if somebody sent in a paid request and it was $5,000, I guess I don't have a choice.
Hey, Junebug.
And please, nobody do that. I'm only joking. I'm only joking around, not being serious.
Alex.
Hello. Yep, that already flopped. That was already before it was even out. They already wrote it off as a flop. Good.
So I didn't even hear about it coming out. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, Because nobody cared. But they already wrote it off as a flop.
Is Amber Heard still in it?
Yeah, and they lied because the like early viewings or whatever, all these people said that they lied and she's in the movie quite a bit.
Oh God.
Because they said, well, we cut a lot of her scenes out and this and that, and it's like, okay, and then people went and saw the movie and they were like, no, like she's in the whole movie. So they lied about it yet again.
Yeah, I think Junebug is onto something here.
No, I did not. I swear to God, I did not.
I swear to God.
I did not.
Like Sinbad. The genie.
Yes, it
happened, damn it.
That's right. No, if I did, that must have been my clone or something, because that wasn't me.
All right, which one's Chad and Alex?
That's right, exactly. Unless I was, I did it in my sleep or something and I don't remember, but I swear to God, I did not do that. But I told people, I said, if you want to send in a paid request, that's fine. I'll do it. But, I'm not, like, after we're done here tonight, I'm not going to pick it off the shelf and go watch it for fun. It's just not going to happen.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it either. I've seen the trailer because Rainbow Raft sent in a paid request, and the trailer was in there.
Okay. Shakedown. Never seen it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I need to get that.
So I need to write that down. Every time I do a stream, there's always some movie.
There you go. That's. I should do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually. There you go.
I look forward to it. The Beverly Hills Cop.
I like the trailer. I thought the trailer was well done, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Steel Justice.
Never Steel Justice is okay. I wouldn't say it's great or anything, but it's cool to see Martin Cove in the lead because he never got to do that.
I was just about to say I got Steel Justice. What's Dustus?
Dusty Road.
Steel Justice and Steel Dawn mixed up for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait a second. That's the one. Dawn is with Swayze and Justice.
Correct. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Steel Justice is okay.
Amen.
I mean, it's all practical, which is nice, but it's not that memorable. But it's still cool because it's the novelty of Martin Cove playing the lead in an action film. And if you get the, I don't think I have it, but if you get the newer Blu-ray, there's a commentary with Martin Cove, so that should be cool to hear.
Oh, really? Yeah, I just ordered, which is out of print, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers Collector's Edition.
Cool.
And I don't want to say how much I paid. I don't really. I had like a gift card, so I'm like, well, I'll just use it.
Yeah. Why not? No, Ty. No.
Let's not mention that name.
Yeah, please.
Hey,
we're trying to have a good stream.
It goes in the machine. I still have. You know what? I'm gonna write that down too.
Yeah. That was it's kind of a weird movie to come out at this time of the year, but
yeah, hey to Matt. I think I said hey.
What's up, Matt?
Fantastic, Mr. Fox. Never seen it.
Never seen it.
So what would you say like some of your favorites are of this year, if you have a few?
Did I like anything that came out this year? I have to look at a list because honestly, I don't remember anything this year that I liked. I know that sounds bad, but
I would recommend The Holdovers. That was really good.
Yeah, I know you like that. I know Matt said he liked it.
And I'll be picking up the Blu-ray here in a couple of days. I think it comes out on the 2nd.
Guardians 3 was okay. I'm looking at the list now. Yeah, Guardians 3 was okay, but it was more of the same. Oh, I was a huge fan of Megan. Megan was a great movie.
I haven't seen that one, but I don't know. I've heard different things.
It was awful.
Wasn't there like an unrated cut too, or a rated unrated?
Yeah, I saw the PG-13 cut, and you could tell where there was supposed to be blood. It was very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, why couldn't they just release it that way? And they're like, well, we wanted to appeal to a broader audience, and it was made for kids. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever.
I'm trying to. I haven't seen Good Burger 2. Okay,
I heard that was terrible.
Oh, really?
I heard that was awful.
Yeah, because I'm just looking up popular. Like I typed it on Google, and it's like in the top, like right here as a list. But you've heard real okay. I've heard like it's okay, but I haven't seen the first one, to be honest.
I heard from so many people that Good Burger was awful.
Candy Cane Lane, you don't look forward to that?
I haven't seen it. I not really.
Yeah. Killers of the Flower Moon was just it was good. Overlong though, along with Oppenheimer.
I can imagine, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, the best thing about Oppenheimer is that you can't buy it anywhere. They're sold out. That's a good thing.
Yeah. That kind of goes with the background here because I wanted to like show off the physical media and
I love it.
Shove it in the face of those who try to diminish it.
That's right. I love it. It's not going anywhere, despite what people may think. Yeah, I'm looking at this list on Wikipedia. Out of the movies that I've seen, I haven't liked a single. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Sound of Freedom would probably be my favorite movie of the year.
Okay, I have to check that out still.
I'm getting into July here. I'm like, I didn't like any. Oh, there's Sound of Freedom. I did like that one. So that would probably be my favorite. Because it was good. It was a little, well, it wasn't that long because it was like 2 hours without credits.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the runtime. I'm like, why is this over 2 hours? But the credits were so long because they had everybody's name in the credits that helped fund the movie. Which I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Now, what are your thoughts? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I kind of just know the gist of the story. But the guy that it's based on, like, I've heard different opinions about the guy. Mm-hmm. Have you heard? Like, what are your thoughts? Or
well, I mean, I know that it's not 100% accurate, but it's it's a movie. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is true, and the fact that he was able to do that and save all these kids and get away with it, and that's awesome. I'm glad we have people like that in the world. I wish we had more people like that.
Yeah, I would check it out eventually. I was invited to go watch it, and it was just too late, like in the night. Right. And I'm like, I can wait,
Yeah, I think honestly, because I'm into like October here now on this list, I think that was the only movie this year that I liked, that I saw, that I liked. Yeah, everything else, the ones that I've seen on this list, were all awful. We're all terrible.
I still want to see Silent Night with Matt's comment. I need to check that out.
Yeah, I do want to check that just because it's John Woo. I don't know if it's still in theaters because it didn't make any money.
I might like Joe Kinnaman. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Maybe. And The Killer. I'm interested in seeing The Killer.
So what have you heard anything about that?
I heard it was good. I heard people say it was good.
Yeah.
And then Iron Claw. Yeah, I do want to go see that.
Oh, yeah, the Iron Claw.
That's about the Von Erichs. Well, I agree, yes, but because it's Dolph shooting people with rocket launchers.
The sound of Lundgren. That's what we need.
There we go. I'm in. I'm down. See Dolph dancing and shooting Nazis. I'm down.
Ghost of the Machine. Okay.
But why would you want to get it on here when you could just buy it on DVD?
Yeah, I might have to look at that. Scream 6, yeah.
Just saying.
Have you seen that one?
No, why would I want to watch that?
Oh, yeah.
It's not. I people get mad at me. They're like, "Well, you don't want to give it a chance." I'm like, "Why would I want to watch 5 and 6?" I said, "Scream is Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, and if they're not involved, I don't care because no,
Yeah, because I've seen 5 and 6, and
no."
5 is worse. That's all I could say. Will it bring back his career though?
I don't think so because he already got blacklisted because he's normal. He got blacklisted when he did Passion of the Christ.
That's right.
People don't remember that, but it's true.
Man, I was just thinking like recently about movies that came out in that year, 04. Like Napoleon Dynamite's gonna be 20 years old.
Yeah, that's scary.
And I was like, we need a Super Bowl ad with Napoleon Dynamite this year. It's got to happen.
There we go. Because the next movie that I'm reviewing is 20 years old, and I can't believe that. It's just crazy. Like Daredevil, I just reviewed Daredevil. That's hard to believe that movie is 20 years old. I'm like, oh my God, I remember when this came out. I've had the posters.
It was right around Valentine's Day, right?
Yep, it came out Valentine's Day 2003, and I'm like, oh my God, where did time go?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But this one's not. It's not a remake of that. It's just another movie with the same name. But I like David Fincher, so I'll give it a shot for him.
I think I have The Killer. Was it Cheyenne Fat? Yeah, I got that, but I haven't seen it. Okay. Among it, hundreds of other movies I haven't seen yet.
Hey, trust me, I know. It's hard. Like I was talking to my brother. I said, I think this year was the year that I watched the least amount of movies because I keep track of all the movies that I watch.
Yeah.
I think this year was the year that I watched the least amount because I just didn't have time.
Yeah. I you know what? I'm kind of the same way. It's like I'm trying to. There's so many over there I could just pick and choose like to watch that I haven't seen yet, and I'm like, it's just time and.
Because I mean, on my days off, like now, I don't want to do anything. I just want to relax.
Yeah, same here. Like
that's what people don't understand.
Like even this weekend, I want to get some work on some reviews, and there's so much. I knew New Year's obviously, but I got family in from out of town, and it's like, okay, we're doing something tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
can we just chill?
Yeah, if I didn't have family coming in from out of town, it would be chill, but
because I had a couple friends text me and they're like, you want to do something? And I was like, to be honest, not really. No disrespect, but not really. I just kind of want to relax.
Yeah.
Do my own thing.
That's what happens when you hit your 30s. That's all you want to do.
I mean, yeah. Pretty much. I was talking about that earlier today. Me and my brother went out, and I was like, "Yeah, this is a reminder of why I don't leave the house because there's people here." I said, "I don't know if it's because I'm in my 30s now, or I just don't care." Or it's like I don't want to be around anybody. I just want to chill. I don't want to do anything.
I know the feeling though. Trying to catch. Let's see. I know the comments are coming in. Just trying to. Screams. I would get that. The Scream 5 is the worst to me.
You only needed 1 and 2, as far as I'm concerned. 3, I don't know why. I just could never get into 3. It's too funny to me.
I like 3, but I need to rewatch it again because I watched all the first 4 last year again. And I like 3, but there's just something about it that I need to go back and revisit. I love the soundtrack, though.
Yeah, the soundtrack is really good. Excuse me. But I just could never get into that one. I watched it a couple years ago. I had watched it, and I hadn't seen it in forever. And I was like, eh. And then 4, I used to like 4 a lot more because when I reviewed that, I don't think it was last year. No, maybe it was last year when I reviewed them all for Halloween. I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like this movie as much as I used to.
It's got some pretty ladies in it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. There's a ton of eye candy, but I'm like, there's parts of, and you can tell that they reshot stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's parts when it seems like Sydney should be here and she's not here. And I know they reshot the ending and stuff like that, and it's just like, okay. And then Hayden Panettiere clearly died, and then they're like, no, she didn't die. And then, oh, she's gonna be in the new one. I'm like, y'all lied. Stop.
Yeah, even in a new one, like it was just kind of weird to see her again, and I don't like her acting wasn't all there, and I don't know what it is.
And then didn't they kill her off?
I can't remember. I haven't seen that
I
film.
think they killed her off.
Dermot Mulroney, his weird acting in that movie.
He's having a comeback lately. He's in everything now.
Although I will say, like a couple of panels that I've seen him in, I don't know if it's just his demeanor is more, but I don't know. It's just he seems like he drinks before he goes out there. I kind of get that vibe.
I don't know. I saw him in person at Monster Mania, and he seemed fine.
Okay.
Maybe he was normal that day, but he seemed fine. He was talking and shaking everybody's hand and smiling and stuff.
But you didn't meet him?
No, I just there's stuff that he's in that I like, but not enough for me to go over there and wait in that long ass line to talk about the Wraith, or Survival Quest, stuff like that. And then I did see Hayden Panettiere in person. She's looking a little rough.
What do you think it is?
Either she got plastic surgery or she's been drinking too much, because she's looking a little rough there, and she's not much older than me, so I don't know.
I think she might be my age or a year older.
Mm-hmm.
Dolls is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kamen Rider.
So, yeah, don't be hating.
I know, right?
But yeah, I was out today, and I could not wait to leave. I'm like, oh my god, there's people here, all these swamp creatures here on their phones and not paying attention and being stupid. Oh, too bad I can't. I know where all you guys have told you should you should go out and do a people are stupid live stream. I'm like, but I'll get arrested if I do that.
Are you referring to Jiffy Lube?
I mean, maybe, but God forbid, I go somewhere and make fun of idiots. Excuse me.
Oh no, you're good. Hey, whatever you want to say, man.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Got nothing better to do than bitch about me making fun of people. I love it. Maybe in 2024 people will get their head out of their ass, but I doubt it.
That's a slow process.
I'm just waiting for that first tweet on New Year's Day from some moron and be like, well, here goes the rest of the year. We're getting started early. Apparently she did have a drinking problem and she went into recovery. Okay.
Where's this at? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I looked over and I'm like, I'm doing one of these. I'm like, is that her? I'm like, oh God, she's looking a little rough. Which is weird because she was always attractive, and I'm like, oh my God. And I think she dyed her hair pink or something too. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that's about, but
yeah, that's kind of. I mean, it's not a similar situation, but one time when I tried to meet Jamie Kennedy, he was like, when I walked up to his table, he was hiding under his table, and I don't know what he was doing.
I heard about that. He didn't do that with me, but I will say it was weird because I walked up to the table and he was eating. And I don't know if it was his girlfriend or whoever, or it was just the girl that was working the table. He's talking to her and he's chewing, and I can't hear him. I know she can't hear him. And she's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. And he's like, I'm like, okay. And then he like walked over and grabbed my phone and we just started. I'm like, oh, we're doing that. He goes, yeah, we're doing that. I'm like, okay.
What was he eating? Could you tell, or
what's up?
Could you tell what he was eating?
He was eating a bagel. And
cream cheese or butter, or
I don't know, but I'm like, okay. And then I was talking to him about something that he worked, like the first thing that he worked on, and he was like freaking out about it. And he goes, "Yeah, hit me up and send me a copy." I'm like, "But you don't have my info. How can I send you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Okay, alrighty then."
Yeah, that'd be cool to meet him. I'm going to a convention in February, and me and my brothers, they want to go because Tom Welling is going to be there, and Michael Rosenbaum and
Oh, that's going to be packed.
John Glover, John Schneider.
Oh my God, it's a Smallville thing.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, he wasn't on Smallville.
Yeah. It's a lot. Jason Patrick, Lou Diamond Phillips, and
yeah,
so that'd be cool.
Yeah, my buddy waited, I think, 4 hours or 6 hours. I can't remember, to meet Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh wow!
I said, "No, I'm good. I'm good."
Yeah, I was looking at the photo ops for Kiefer, and I'm like, let me see how much it is. $140, and I'm like, oh my God, I might wait.
I've never paid that much.
Because he's not doing table selfies.
Yeah, because a million people are going to be like with Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper didn't do them at the table because there was a million people there. But I'm not paying all that money. Okay, look at the camera. All right, thank you. I don't do that.
Let's see here. You see any comments that? Oh no, I know I'm trying to catch up a little bit.
No, you're good. I'm just reading them kind of as they go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she's still good looking, I guess.
I don't know. She was looking a little rough.
I don't know why.
And that show was ridiculous because I went on a Sunday and it was like a Saturday. Like the lines were that bad.
Oh, really?
They had already cut off Matthew Lillard's line, but when the show started, I got there when the show started, and they had already cut his line off for the day.
Oh wow!
And you could forget about meeting Nev Campbell and Skeet Ulrich because there were just a million people in both lines. I'm like, this is a Sunday. This is crazy.
Yeah, when I met Nev, it was like on a Sunday, and there was hardly anybody in her line, like maybe 10 people.
Wow.
It was weird. Like it was just
That's usually how it goes on a Sunday, but I don't know. I guess because it was at a huge location and it was a lot of big names, people got there. So I don't know, but well, actually, I do know because that show was only Saturday, Sunday. I think. I don't think it was on Friday. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Is there any conventions coming up that you're going to try to go to, or?
Monster Mania. The next Monster Mania is in March. I will be going to that because they just announced Joe Dante will be there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Sam Raimi was already announced. Casper Van Dien will be there from Starship Troopers. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sold. So, but Sam Raimi's only going to be there, I think, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll probably try to go up on the Sunday and see what happens.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, because now I'm at the point where the list of the people that I would like to meet at these shows are starting to thin out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is it really worth the drive? Is it really worth the time? So, but for Sam Raimi and Joe Dante, yeah, I'll be there.
I would go just for those two.
Exactly. Casper Van Dien will be a bonus, but
yeah, I would ask him about one of the Shark Attack movies. I forgot which one he was in. No, I wouldn't.
The first one. He was in the first one.
Okay.
Him and Ernie Hudson. No, I'm asking about Python.
Python, yeah. Oh, I forgot he was in that. Wasn't who else was in that?
Robert Englund's in it.
Zabka? William Zabka?
William Zabka's in it. Will Wheaton's in it, and he gets killed by the snake, which is the best part of the movie.
I've seen like bits and pieces, but I just haven't seen the whole thing.
I used to watch that on the Sci-Fi Channel all the time, and it was only because William Zabka was in it. And then he's in the second one, but spoiler alert, he becomes a bad guy, and then he gets killed by the snake.
There was a Python 2. That's news to me.
There was Python 2, and then there was Boa with Dean Cain, and then they did Boa versus Python.
Okay.
Yep. They did.
I'm jealous because you got to meet Dean Cain, and I want to meet him one day.
He was great. He was really cool. I brought that up too. I said, what was it like doing all those Sci-Fi Channel movies? He goes, I actually had a lot of fun doing all those. He goes, that was probably the most fun time in my career when I was doing all those movies. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, he's on my list to meet.
Yeah, he was just on Young Ripa just had him on. They were talking about different stuff. I was like, cool.
The Junebug Con.
Well, let's set it up. Let's go. We're waiting on you.
Yeah, how much are photo ops? Better not be 140.
That's right. It's ridiculous. Why are you charging that much? Who the hell you think you are, Kiefer Sutherland? I did, Kamen Rider, I did ask him about Cybertron. That is what I asked Jamie Kennedy about.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
So Cybertron was the pilot for what eventually became VR Troopers.
Okay.
So what they were going to do, Jason David Frank was going to be on that show by himself. And they shot a pilot. It's here on YouTube. Jamie Kennedy's in the pilot. He's like the bulk and skull of that show. But because all the kids wanted the Green Ranger to come back, they put him back on Power Rangers, and then they made VR Troopers a team. They just took footage from all these different shows and put it together for VR Troopers. So that's what happened.
Oh, wow.
Because there's this rumor where it was like, well, no, the guy from VR Troopers was going to play the White Ranger. That is not true at all. That is not true. Because VR Troopers was already on when the White Ranger came on, so there's no way that that's true.
I need to pick up the Mighty Morphin original run.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can get that super cheap now. I think Walmart has it for like $30, if that.
Well, since we're on that topic, and I'll get to the comments. Like, what are your thoughts of these big stores like going away with the physical media and reducing their physical media?
I'm not surprised at all. It does not surprise me, because especially Walmart and Target. Well, actually, I would say more so Target. The past couple years, they have really slimmed down on their physical media. Target, I remember as a kid going into Target, and there would be just aisles of stuff. Now, like the local Target here, I don't shop at Target anymore for many reasons, but the last time I was there, they had one aisle. You go down one side, and you go down the other side, and that's it. And then like an end cap. When they first opened up, it wasn't like that. Walmart has been playing with all that for a long time because, again, I remember being a kid and there were just movies everywhere, and then it got smaller and smaller and smaller. Best Buy doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all because they're trying to get away from that. But that's going to end up biting them in the ass, at least in my opinion. Because people, despite what these companies or whatever think, people like to go to the store to look at everything instead of just buying it off of Amazon.
Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me in the least bit. But that's okay because I'll just go on eBay and get stuff and support. Most of the people that sell on eBay are small business owners, so I'll support them instead of giving money to Walmart.
Yeah, that's where I purchased the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Because on Amazon, they were out of new. But, yeah, I mean, for 2024, one of the things that I'm going to do is really buy a lot more physical media. And I'm not afraid of it going anywhere. But, now that is kind of, they're trying to do away with it, but I really want to support it more.
Yeah, and like you just said, that's only going to make people want to support it more.
Yeah.
Like today, I went to an FYE today, and this guy's in there, this moron's in there. Well, every other word out of his mouth was the F word, and there's all these kids around. Look, I know I curse a lot, but I don't curse in front of kids. And then he's like, well, this is on Netflix. Well, this is on Netflix. And I'm like, you don't get it. You just don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
How old was he?
Probably a little bit younger than me. Probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
But these kids, they don't get it. Just like when I was in the Army. One of my buddies came to my room sees all this movies and music. He goes, "Why do you have all this?" I'm like, "Dude, you just don't get it."
Yeah.
I said, "When you get it on Amazon or Netflix or whatever," I said, "you don't own it." I said, "I own all this. Nobody can take this away from me."
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree with that.
Not just in action movies, just in movies in general. Just stop. I never understood the appeal of Megan Fox other than the fact that people find her attractive. That's it. That's the only reason why she got hired, because she looks good. Prove me wrong. She can't act. She cannot act.
It makes sense though in the movie Expendables 4 when their team is captured in 2 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what would happen if Megan Fox took over the team or any kind of.
Or they get killed in real life. If that happened, they would have got killed instantly.
Tuck in swimsuit.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't shop there anymore. So earlier this year for Pride Month, they decided that it would be a good idea to sell bathing suits for children where they can tuck in their genitals to be the opposite sex.
I'm aware, okay, I didn't know about that.
Yep, that's one of the reasons why I don't shop there anymore. So there's that. And people, people were trying to boycott it, like with Bud Light, but unfortunately, it didn't go anywhere. And they want to make all these excuses. Well, you can't boycott all these woke companies. I'm like, actually, you can and you should. So there's that.
I was getting ready to say, I think because a big reason why is they've really slimmed down on their physical media. We're just talking about that, and that's why I don't really go there anymore.
Yeah,
to begin with. Because
that doesn't bother me, but it's other stuff. But like I said, Target especially in the past couple of years, because I've gone to several Targets, maybe like the past 4 or 5 years at this point, and they just really slimmed down on physical media. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, and most of it is your woke garbage, and white people are bad. Wah! Yeah, wah! All this.
Time before we get a wash.
No matter where I go, it's a wash stream. You can't get away from it.
We got to get a WAN t-shirt though. Someone make it.
That's right. Who's doing my merch? Let's go. I can't do it all, people. I'm one man.
Country Bear Jamboree. Vaguely.
Yeah, I remember it in Disney when I went to Disney as a kid, before they wanted to have sex with children.
And take down Splash Mountain.
Fuckers. It's racist. No, you're just stupid. You're fucking stupid. If it was racist, why was it there for 50 years? So there you go.
Exactly.
It didn't bother you for 50 years. Now it's a problem. Okay. Morons.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Of course. But the most important thing is you are going to own it. No one can ever take it away from you. If you can touch it, you can own it.
Yeah. Hey, Liam.
I remember a couple years ago, everybody was getting mad because iTunes took a lot of their movies off. Well, it's not fair. Well, you don't own it. Well, I bought it. No, you didn't buy it. You rented it. I said, they're the new Blockbuster. You just rented it. That's all it is. And then I think
that Swordfish I watched recently, I was like, I have this movie somewhere, and I could not find it for the life of me. And I'm like, I just rented, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to, but I could not find it.
And then what was the other thing? Oh, like The Office. They're taking The Office off of Netflix, I think, this year or 2024. Well, we're almost in 2024. And people are all upset. I'm like, you could just buy it on Blu-ray. You realize that, right? And you can watch it however many times you want. It's not complicated.
Exactly. I don't have Netflix. Well, I was sharing Netflix until they cracked down on the sharing. So, but I don't need it.
That I don't understand, because how are you going to prove it?
Exactly.
How are you going to prove that you're sharing your Netflix account with people? Sure.
Gimbals. Have a good
Yeah,
one,
I
Scott.
remember Circuit City when I was a kid. Circuit City was like the best place to go.
Oh yeah.
And then they were the first. They were the first one to go out of business.
I remember
Circuit City.
like, yeah, that brings back memories because I remember like getting Mortal Kombat from there, Big Trouble in Little China on DVD. This is, I don't know, early 2000s and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I remember going to Big Lots and finding it for like $3, and I was so broke at the time, but I really wanted it, so I paid in quarters.
8 and quarters.
Yep, I paid in quarters. I got quarters out of the change bucket, and I went. I had like $3 to my name or whatever. I had nothing. I was so broke at the time, but I was determined to get it, so I just went and paid with quarters.
Nothing wrong with that.
I will never forget that. And that was for the DVD. Now, I mean, I have it on Blu-ray now, but
I know that it's funny we're talking about that movie. That it was almost 20 years ago when we had a house fire. I may have told this story before. And the firemen were inside the house, and I'm like, I don't care about anything else. Just save my movies. And I had like a collection of maybe 40 movies. And all I saw was a fireman with like a Santa sack full of movies come out the door. And he laid it out on the lawn. And I know Mortal Kombat was in there. That was one of them. Three Amigos. These are just movies I would watch over and over again.
See, there is a God.
My cousin Vinny was one of them.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, my favorite movie that came out on my birthday is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Okay.
That was my third birthday that movie came out. That's definitely my favorite movie that came out on my birthday. As far as, I don't know about song, but my favorite album that came out on my birthday was Revenge by Kiss. That came out the day I was born. It's one of my favorite Kiss albums.
I don't know about like older movie, but like I remember going to see Joker around like my birthday in 2019. So I would just throw that one out there. I don't know about song though. Have you seen Joker?
No, I still have not seen it.
Oh wow.
Apparently I don't watch those kind of movies, according to some people.
Uh-oh, what'd they say now?
No, when I was in school last year, the one annoying girl, like the teacher had brought that. He goes, "Oh, have you seen Joker?" I said, "Actually, I haven't." And then she goes, "Oh, well, he doesn't watch those kind of movies." I'm like, "Shut up! Nobody's talking to you."
You should have followed up with the wah.
I should have, but her dad was the owner, so I couldn't do that. That chick was so annoying.
Why would she assume that?
I don't know. She was weird. But she had a crush on me. So she was like really nice to me. I'm like, leave me alone, child. Like she was an adult, like nothing like that, but it's just like, leave me alone. I'm not interested in you. Like, come on.
Was she as annoying as one of the girls in the Jiffy Lube you saw that one time?
More annoying because I had to be around her every day for 6 months. And she thought she knew everything. And there were so many times where she turned in an assignment or whatever and screwed up. And she's like sitting there like all embarrassed. And I'm in the corner laughing because I'm like, well, that's what you get. Like she turned in an assignment and had no sound. I'm like, how do you fuck that up? How do you like not check your stuff before you turn it in?
Oh, is that when you were taking photography classes or something? Oh, wow.
Yep, she turned in a video project and it had no sound. I'm like, Oh, and you went to the audio class before this, did you not? So you should know about that. And she was sitting there like this for the rest of the day. I'm like, and nobody feels sorry for you because in the real world, if you do that, you get fired.
Yeah. Band X?
No, they're called X Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I just don't know anything about them, but I have heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Yeah. The guitar player, I don't remember his name, but I think Gene Simmons wanted him in Kiss at one point or something, and it didn't happen. I think, if I remember correctly.
The McNugget Buddies?
Ooh!
They're back?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I haven't heard about that.
Like as toys, or what are they doing with that?
I just popped up MovieWeb right here just to see what's being talked about. And
besides nothing.
Apparently, John Cena's film The Marine is trending on Netflix.
Oh God, we are fucked as a society. We are doomed.
Like, yes, is John Cena's
of all the movies, why?
Yeah, it becomes a big hit on Netflix 20 years later.
Oh my God, why? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have it on Blu-ray, and it's only because Robert Patrick is the bad guy. He's the only good thing about that movie.
My question is, how could it be a big hit when we can't see it? We can't see
True. And it took me forever to realize that they took footage from Rambo 3 in the beginning of that movie.
I've seen it once, and I can't remember anything about it other than, like you said, Robert Patrick.
Yep. There's a shot in the beginning of the movie where these helicopters are flying. It's from Rambo 3. Because the last time I watched it, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks so familiar. Oh, you took it from a good movie. Of course you did.
Yeah, far better. Like, why is it The Marine? Out of all movies.
Like, really? This is how far we have sunk? That was what, 04?
Yeah,
04. 05?
05, yeah.
06, something like that? Oh, okay, yeah. Again, that's just what I heard. I'm curious. When did that come out now?
I want to say 06.
I think it was 06.
06, yeah.
Okay.
Which they made, I don't know how many of those they made.
They made like 20. Because then The Miz took over because, that was such a good idea.
Hey, well, man. And then, was it Ted DiBiase Jr. that did one?
Something like that.
And then, he got in trouble. I remember reading about that.
Yeah, he's looking to go into prison for a while.
That's like the whole Sonny situation.
Yep. Well, she killed she killed two people, so that's different. But I don't think he killed anybody, but Al Pacino was going to play the villain and Ray Liotta before Robert Patrick. Interesting.
Wait, Pacino?
That's what it says here. It was written for Al Pacino in mind as the villain. And Stone Cold Steve Austin was going to play the hero.
Okay, just imagine that right now. Part of me wants to see that version.
Yep. It was actually shot in 2004, but it was delayed 2 years. Nice. In order to cover for John Cena's absence, a story was written where Carlito beat him for the United States Championship and then said that he was stabbed. Yeah, I remember that. That was stupid.
Have you seen the new South Park special?
Which one?
Well, I don't have Paramount Plus.
Is it the Panderverse or is it the other one? Because I think there's two.
I thought I read something so what's going on with Pierce? Let me see.
I don't know.
You're going to make me look this up, June.
John Cena said he hated doing the movie.
Well, it's trending.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase is in the second one. And then The Miz is in 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, Pierce Brosnan accused of trespassing and yelling.
Oh, yeah, I did. Come on now, you know what he's doing. He's on a mission.
Yeah.
He's back. He's back as Bond. Leave him alone.
Yeah. He's trying to get to Kevin Costner.
That's right. Dante's Peak 2. Electric Boogaloo. Fuck off. Fuck these people now. They don't know nothing.
So, walking into Yellowstone's thermal areas.
Yeah, he was doing some stuff for Dante's Peak too. Leave him alone. He was meeting Linda Hamilton.
You can't arrest him. He's Bond.
That's right, motherfuckers.
The new one that came after the Pandaverse.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was two that just came out. There was the Pandaverse, which I didn't watch, but I saw a lot of, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. I haven't. The only thing that really I've seen of South Park is the first movie when that came out. Well, I remember watching it at my friend's house, but I've never really been big into it.
No, I never got into South Park. Again, the movie I like, which they're putting that next year. Well, in a couple of days, they're putting that back in theaters for the 25th anniversary, and it's the sing-along version.
That's cool.
So,
is there any throwbacks, like releases that you're going to watch soon on the big screen, or looking at?
Fifth Element, they're putting that back in, but I think that's like next November. So I'll probably go see that again. I saw it last year for the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, and on the 19th, I'll be seeing T2 and Total Recall.
Oh, very nice.
I haven't been to this particular theater in like 2 years or 3 years. So I'm like, I got to go back. It's time to get back on it.
Yeah, I can't.
It's a little bit of a drive, though.
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to find what it's called.
What's that?
Oh, it's called Not Suitable for Children. Okay. The hell is that you or me?
It's not you?
That's not me.
It might be my end. Something going on.
I hear beeping. So. Okay, it just came out. It parodies OnlyFans and social media influencers, including Logan Paul. I'll have to watch that one.
I'll watch it.
I'll definitely have to watch that one.
Are you not a Logan Paul fan?
Fuck no. I can't stand those idiots. Cannot stand those idiots. I don't get it. You all know, I don't understand this weird ass world that we live in. It's all very strange to me. Stop making idiots famous.
I want to know a little bit of the story with Jonathan Majors.
So this footage came out finally. Don't you love that? It finally comes out when they had it the whole time. But apparently him and his girlfriend went out and they got into an argument and he beat her up. Then she lied about it, but then she didn't lie about it. Now this footage came out that proves him guilty. So he got fired from Disney and everything.
Wow. I heard a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But Randy Orton was supposed to play the Marine, but he was a Marine in real life, and he got dishonorably discharged, so he didn't want to do it.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised that he was still able to continue with his wrestling career, going AWOL.
Because they don't care about that. I'm just looking at Wizard of Oz. They're putting that back in theaters next month.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think maybe try to take my mom to go see that.
So do you like the theater that you go to watch these old movies? Is it near you or?
The one that I typically go to is about 45 minutes from where I live, but it's a really nice theater. I like going there. So it's worth the drive. Sometimes where I live here in this theater here, they show the older stuff because they showed Die Hard here earlier this month. So that was easy. But yeah, typically there's one theater about 45 minutes away, but I like going there. It's a nice theater. Can't complain.
Yeah, the one I go to, it probably takes like an hour and 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it's always a lot of fun. Like every weekend when they have a double feature, it's always packed. And they've already revealed for the few months ahead, they're doing the Goonies. I think one night they're going to do the Goonies and Groundhog Day.
Cool.
In the summer, they're going to do Life Force and Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
So I'm thinking about going to that one.
Yeah, South Park, and these are just the ones that they have announced yet. Obviously, there's going to be more. South Park is in June. Never-Ending Stories in July.
That'd be cool.
Blazing Saddles is in September. I will definitely go see Blazing Saddles. Mean Girls is in October.
You Mean Girls fan? I've never seen
I haven't. I don't think I've ever seen it.
And I hate that movie because every time it's my birthday, they always talk about that movie. And I'm like,
Yep. Yeah, Fifth Element is November, next November. But we'll see. I'm hoping that since the Terminator will be 40 next year, they put that back in theaters, but we'll see.
yeah, that'd be cool to see.
I'm hoping that's the one. If I had the money or whatever, if I was the man in charge, that's what I would do.
I've never seen that.
Great movie.
I've never seen Stranger Things.
Neither have I.
But speaking of Linda Hamilton, she's going to be at GalaxyCon in July.
Ooh, cool.
Near me, so
yeah,
maybe I'll go to that.
I'd like to meet her, so
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then I read today Cobra Kai, they're going to start filming soon, and I think they said like September, October it'll be out.
I also read something about that too, where it's like it's going to be the longest. It's 10 episodes, but they're going to be pretty long.
Yeah, I don't know why, but whatever.
And the last episode is going to be called The Karate Kid, which may tie into the new movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like season 5 was really good. It's like, where do they go from here? Where do they go?
Yeah, what about Silver? Like, he's arrested, but what to make of him?
Exactly. I don't know. Season 5, I was really into that when I was watching it. I'm like, this is awesome. And then it's like spoiler alert, John Kreese gets out of jail, and it's like, okay, well, what the hell are they going to do now? Like, come on now.
All right, so what's your theory? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, they did say that they're going to go to Japan and do that tournament. So I think he's going to show up there somehow, and there's going to be shenanigans involved and all this other stuff. But I'm like, we've already seen all that. Like, what more could you do that people haven't seen?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, exactly, Wild Man, because now that Hilary Swank is able to do it, now it's like, whoa, are they going to put her in there? And we'll see.
Yeah, I still look forward to it, and that would be icing on the cake for sure. I just don't know, like, that for me, season 5 did so much, and I don't know where can you go from there.
Right.
Unless you bring, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if you throw Michael Ironside in there, then yeah, I'm in, but I don't think that's going to happen. So.
Well, because I know you've met him,
I did.
And it's hard to say if he's going to be in season 6, but could you see him in season 6 if they?
I could see, but I don't know how they would do it. I mean, no disrespect, but he's older. He's a lot older now, and he doesn't look like he did when he was in the movie. So I don't know. Maybe they could work something in where after that he was disgraced and started drinking, or something like that. But
yeah,
who knows? Who knows for sure?
What was that gang in the next Karate Kid? The Alpha Elite? No, the Alpha. Was that it?
Yeah, the Alpha Elite.
Yeah, they're gonna bring those guys back.
Well, I saw an interview with that guy who played the leader. He's like, I'd love to do it. He goes, it would be cool if they asked me to do it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Knock off Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he looks like the diet version of Ben Stiller.
The great value Ben Stiller. Yep.
Great movie.
Well, Ghostbusters, they will definitely put back in theaters next year. So they would be stupid not to do that.
And that was, I forgot about that. That's another double they're doing next year. That and Gremlins 2.
Cool. But yeah, Ghostbusters will definitely be back in theaters. But I would love if they would do 1 and 2.
Yeah, I would see that.
Because 2 is turning 35 next year. So, and Batman 89. They better put that back in the theater.
Don't say that again.
Sorry. I forget.
Like all those movies that I'm like, golly. I mean, I wish we could just go back and make it 89 again.
I agree, but it's crazy.
But
it also shows you how long we've been on here doing this.
Oh God.
It's like, what the hell? What happened?
Yeah, just so many. How long you been making videos? Like since 2011?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 12 years. So it's like, oh my God, 12 out of 31 I've spent on YouTube. That's crazy.
And the WAS in the last, what, 2 or 3?
No, that's probably been like the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
I think I started that in like 2019, 2020 when I started streaming. I just started doing it one night, and that just caught on.
Now somebody needs to go back and do a WAC account.
There we go. And then calling everybody crackheads, that took off too. I didn't mean for that to take. I don't mean for any of this stuff to happen. It just kind of happens. I just say things and then people run with it. I'm like, all right, I guess we're doing that now. Because when I meet people at conventions, they're like, yeah, I love your crackhead comment videos. I'm like, oh my God, I did it as a joke once, and now it's taken a life of its own. And
yeah, I've heard you tell like a couple of stories where people have met you at conventions. They know you are. What's that been like?
It's strange, to be honest. I find it very strange because I'm nobody. I'm not even a blip on the YouTube map. But everybody so far has been nice. I can't complain. And it's nice to get compliments from people. It shows that what I do actually means something to people. So it makes me happy. I'm not just sitting in front of a camera bitching about Expendables 4. Like, people actually care what I have to say, and they appreciate. And a lot of people have, I'm not going to mention names and stuff because I don't do that, but a lot of people have said, especially recently, like they've gone through hard times and things have happened, and they watch my videos that help them feel better, and that's the greatest compliment I could ever receive.
Then I definitely...
Yeah, it is kind of weird when I'm at a convention just walking around and someone, hey, you're Fabio, right? Yeah. Do I owe you money or something? No. I'm like, oh, okay.
You want a photo op?
I have. I mean, I've taken pictures with people. I don't charge, just letting you know. But and then there was a guy, was it earlier this year? I think it was earlier this year. I met him at Monster Mania, and he was saying like, "Oh, I love when you stream with Rambo Wrath and all those other guys." I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." So there you go.
And that's another guy that I want to get back at some point. And I know he's busy and stuff, but for old time's sake.
Yeah, we got to do this more often. I don't know. I appreciate it, but no. far from it. Far from it. I started as a guy with a shitty camera, and I'm still a guy with a shitty camera, so nothing has changed.
What kind of camera do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I have it right here. For most of my videos, I use this. It's a Canon Vixia HFG 621, I guess, but this is what I use for most of the videos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty nice camera here.
See, that's what I need.
Yeah.
I got the old Logitech HD 1080p.
There you go. And then I just use an external microphone because that's what you're supposed to do. And then for the streaming, I actually went out and bought a new web camera, and everyone seems to like this one more. So there you go, because the one on the laptop here wasn't cutting it anymore.
Yeah, that's at some point I need to get a new one.
Yeah, because I went on Best Buy and went on their website and found this one, and they had it at the store. So I was like, cool. But people seem to be liking it so far, and I can move it, so that's how I was able to do, like, when I played Resident Evil 2, people like that. They're like, you should do more of that. I'm like, okay, well, when I have time, I will.
Well, I was getting ready to ask you, have anything coming up video wise or that you want to
Freaky Friday, that was a paid request. I will upload that shortly here. And then I got a paid request for a Godzilla movie, but then someone got in touch with me and said they were going to send one in for -1. So I'll wait till I get that and then do those together. And then there's a couple albums that people wanted me to review. So I'll review that probably next and then save the Godzilla ones for last, just to do them back to back. And then I will try to get in like my top movies of 1983, 1988, 93, 98. So they're not going to be up before the end of the year. I just, with time and everything, we'll see. It, like my brother was saying earlier, he goes, this is that weird week where time isn't real and nothing matters.
Yeah, I've been seeing those memes around, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely feel it. Like it's just my head is somewhere else. And
yep, because nobody cares because it's the end of the year. The people that go to work, they're not really working. They're just sitting there. So I'm like, yep, yeah. Pretty much.
And
of course, yeah, sure, we'll do that. But I did, Wild Man, to answer your question, I did like the Beverly Hills Cop 4 trailer. We'll see. We will see what happens. That I will, when it comes out, I will check that out. If I like it, cool. If I don't like it, it's no big deal.
Is there anything you look forward to next year along with that, or
you think? Not really.
Deadpool 3, Beetlejuice 2.
No, because with Deadpool 3, I just have this feeling that, and I know Ryan Reynolds said, like, it's going to be rated R and we're going to have control in this, but I just have this feeling that they are really going to scale back with that movie, and it's not going to be like the first two. I just have a feeling
it's going to be cameo porn. That's
right, and yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to say with the cameos and this and that. Oh, I'm so looking forward to Night Swim. Can't wait to watch that.
Well, go back to Deadpool 3 for a minute. Like, someone put out another leaked image. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was like Cyclops in his animated series gear. And I'm like,
I'll just watch the cartoon. Just say.
But Fabio, they're bringing back Sabretooth.
But he died like 7 times.
Because I heard like Sabretooth is in it and Toad.
But who's playing Sabretooth?
It's not
Tyler Mane, or is it Liv Schreiber?
Well, the image that I saw was like of the first X-Men movie, Sabretooth.
Okay, so it's Tyler Mane, I guess. But see, they fucked all that up. Because in the first movie, they didn't know each other, and then they tried to connect it, and it's so confusing. But it was fun to watch all those and review them.
Yeah, I would say the second one I liked more.
Yeah, X-Men 2, I think, across the board is everybody's favorite.
But I still have a soft spot for the first one.
Yeah, I like it. I think the CG is awful. But, I can watch the first 3. I mean, the third one has its problems, but I'd rather watch it than all of them that came after it, to be honest, besides Deadpool and Logan. Because after that, the X-Men movies just became generic.
Yeah, I agree.
I
don't like First Class either.
That movie sucked. I didn't like it in 2011 when it came out. I still don't like it. That movie is terrible.
I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, I fell for it. And I'm like, this isn't that bad. And then the more I thought about it, because I remember at the time, Rambo Raff did a rant on it. And I'm like, yeah, he's right.
Yep. Because I saw that when it first came out on DVD. And I'm like, I don't get it. This is stupid. The only thing that I liked was Wolverine's cameo. I'm like, okay. And then Days of Futures Past, like I said in my review, the first half I really like because Wolverine's in it. And then the second half, it's like they forgot about him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then Apocalypse sucked. Dark Phoenix sucked. The first two Wolverines sucked. I'm like, okay, it's different. One of my famous lines. It's different. It's not fucking exactly. It's not fucking different. It's not. I'm still saying it. I was bitching about it 12 years ago. I'm still bitching about it. Nothing's changed.
Collision Course, haven't seen.
I have Collision Course on DVD.
I gotta write that down.
Not perfect, but I'm looking at the list here. Beekeeper, that's the one with Jason Statham. I might check that out.
Yeah, I like the trailer. It kind of gave away too much, though.
Well, those kind of movies, you kind of figure it out. I know it's not going to theaters, but Want It Man with Dolph, because he directed that. I'd like to watch that because it's Dolph.
Have you seen the trailer for Fall Guy?
I did, because they showed it before Die Hard. That one looked decent.
Yeah.
I like Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, so yeah, that looked like it could be pretty decent.
So you don't look forward to Madam Web or?
Fuck no. Why would I want to watch that? Why the fuck would I want? No one knows who Madam Web is. Unless you watch the Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s.
Does anybody in the chat
know who Madam Web is?
Yeah. I still say it looks fun because it's the same guy that did a Bullet Train, the same director.
Oh, okay. Adam Sandler's doing a movie called Spaceman. What?
Yeah, it's like a drama. I don't know who's directing it, but
Johan Rennick.
There's a teaser out. It doesn't reveal much.
Okay. I so look forward to Dune 2.
I haven't seen the first one.
I don't plan on it. Oh, aren't you looking forward to the Roadhouse remake?
As much as the root canal.
Yeah, as much as a colonoscopy.
Have you seen the clips that they've put out of that?
No.
Like, it was like Amazon put out like a collage of what's coming out next year, and they showed like one or two scenes from the Roadhouse remake, and Gyllenhaal was just slapping people around, and I'm like, it just looks lame.
Yep. Oh, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, can't wait. Godzilla X gonna give it to you, Kong, the new Empire. Yeah, can't wait to not watch that.
I'm looking here.
Rebel Moon Part 2. Why would anybody want to watch that? The first one was terrible.
I will say I'm a little bit curious about Joker 2, but I'm not sure because I've heard it's a musical. And I'm like,
nice.
No.
They're still trying to do another Universal Monster Universe movie. No, stop.
Oh, Nosferatu? Were they doing that? Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, Fall Guy looked okay. I might watch that.
Yeah, we were just talking about Deadpool.
The Strangers, Chapter 1. Yeah, no, I'm good. Furiosa. Nah, I'm good. Garfield. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I saw before Die Hard they showed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Why are they still making fucking Planet of the Apes movies?
I saw the 2011 one and I don't remember anything about it.
There you go. Ballerina. Yeah, I don't think so. Inside Out 2. I'm good. Bad Boys 4, not really, because of Will Smith being a fucking crackhead.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Do you think because of that, like whatever's going to come out with Will Smith going forward is going to be tainted by that?
Yep, it will. Because you can't do that. You can't act like that. Same with Ezra Miller. Like they just completely ignored that when The Flash came out. Well, he's not going to do any press. He's not going to be at the premiere. So that makes it right. That makes it better. Him going around and choking people and assaulting people and kidnapping people, that's okay. As long as he doesn't do press, okay, sure.
Then where is he now?
Hopefully in prison. A Quiet Place, Day 1. No, I'm good. Despicable Me 4. No, I'm good. Oh, Twisters. Are you looking forward to Twisters?
Fuck no. No Bill Paxton, no Twister.
Exactly. The Borderlands movie.
Oh, I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, Alien, Romulus. What about Kraven the Hunter?
I'd rather talk about Jack Craven.
There you go. Beetlejuice 2, I'm good. Transformers 1, no, I'm good.
Oh, what, Fabio, not a Jenna Ortega fan? You're not going to watch that for her?
No. I'll just look up pictures of her on the internet. But remember, that's weird. Okay, she's an adult. Get over it.
Didn't you watch the Wednesday show?
I watched the first couple of episodes because it was a paid request.
Okay.
It was okay. It was not anything I would ever watch again. I don't know why they made such a big deal about it. I'm like, okay. It was generic. It was just her doing Scooby-Doo. Because there's like this monster, and she's trying to figure out who the monster is, and I'm like, okay, I'll go watch Scooby-Doo. And then they made a big deal about the dance. I'm like, the dance was like 4 seconds. Like, really?
That was all the rave last year.
Yep. The Nakatomi Plaza game I have never played. That's on PC, but I know what it is.
Yeah, Sam Smith.
Seriously. Saw 11. I'm there. I am there for that one.
I didn't even watch the last one. I'm just not.
Yep. Terrifier 3. I'm there.
Have you seen any of those movies?
Nope, and I don't plan on it.
Yeah, because isn't like the first one or second one like 3 hours?
The second one's like 2.5 hours. And that was the talk of the town. And one of my buddies that I go to the shows with, he goes, I hate those movies. He goes, I have friends that have worked on those movies. He goes, I hate them. I don't care. I'm like, good. He goes, no disrespect to my friends. That's what they do. I'm happy for them. He goes, but I hate those movies. I goes, I can't stand them. I'm like, I'm with you. I don't get it. Maybe I'm, as I always say, maybe I'm too old to get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah, that's kind of like recently watching these really like Home Alone 4 After a Kill, and I'm like, oh man, I just don't have the patience anymore. Just I don't know what it is.
I can't do. I can only watch so many bad movies before my head explodes.
That's why I'm surprised you're still alive. Like, I know you did.
I am too. In more ways than one, but you know.
Well, you did like a Seagal marathon years ago. Right?
Yeah, I did. I watched every single. Well, at that point, I watched every single direct-to-video Steven Seagal movie, and I thought I was going to die because they were all the same. They made the same movie 76 times. He's in the CIA, but then he's not. But then he's in the KGB, but then he's in the FBI, and then his wife died, and then they kidnapped his daughter, and then his son got killed, then they shot his dog, then they killed his best friend with a Twinkie, and he's not doing fight scenes, and they're dubbing his voice, and it's a body double, and then there's a twist, and then another twist, and then he grew out a goatee for whatever reason, which I think is fake. I don't think it's a real goatee. I think they glued it on his face. And he started like dyeing his hair, and yeah, it's like I can't take this anymore. Then they did the one. What was it? It was The Perfect Weapon, but he was the villain, and then he didn't die. He like went in a spaceship and left. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on?
That's why I said in the post I would lose my ever loving mind if I had to do that. Like review every Seagal movie.
And I did it willingly. I didn't get paid to do it. I did it willingly. And then like the sniper, but it's not connected with the Tom Berenger sniper movies. And most of the movie, he didn't do anything. He just kind of stood there, and then he sat for most of it. And then Rob Van Dam's in it, and yeah. And then it says on the cover, it says Seagal and Van Dam, but it's not the Van Dam who you think it is.
I remember seeing that at Walmart, and I'm like, I'm not falling for that.
Nope. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah, Alfred Kill has some funny, laughable moments.
Like the scene when he's sitting in the chair fighting the guy. He couldn't even get up to do a fight scene. He's just like we're doing right now. He's like sitting in this chair just fighting this guy. And I'm like, really? Like,
was that like in the restaurant scene?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now.
And then in the next shot, he's standing up and there's no chair there. I'm like, okay, does editing not matter anymore?
And Seagal's a professor in that. I buy Seagal as a professor.
He's a professor, but then you find out he was a smuggler, and then he went to jail, and then he got his teaching degree. I'm like, this is stupid. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
Like, I buy him as a professor like I would buy Tom Hanks playing a dirty cop.
Right. But to be honest, it is one of the better movies of his direct-to-video filmography. It is one of the better movies. Then there's like the Asian chick that's a cop, and then she's like going into the hooker hotel or something. I don't remember. All these movies blur together. There's always like a lesbian sex scene in his films for some reason.
Well, how would that sound like if Seagal wants that type of content in his movies? Yeah, I have some lesbians.
Wow. I think what this script is missing is a lesbian sex scene. But no. It needs a lesbian sex scene, or I'm not doing the movie. Okay, sure, random lesbian sex scene. Perfect.
Wait a second. I've seen the new Spider-Man movie. You know what we gotta have? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. There's like a guy that's like a spider. He's like climbing up the walls, and he's trying to shoot him. And I'm like, this is dumb. This is all stupid. Stop it. Why did you allow this to happen?
For people that don't know, you want to explain to them what in that movie what happened?
Well, there's like a guy that's like they call him like the spider or something, and he has to fight him. Or he's like a bird. I don't remember. It's all so bad. The Legend of Chun-Li is way fucking worse. The Van Damme one is a masterpiece compared to that. Because at least it knows what it is and it doesn't take itself seriously and it's fun. The Legend of Chun-Li tried to be like this serious, movie and it failed miserably. But at least Van Damme was at the peak of his career. He looks amazing and he's smiling and he's happy and it's all practical and it's fun. And you have Raul Julia, may he rest in peace. Yeah. As much as, it's weird because Street Fighter has kind of got this cult resurgence, which is nice. I
need to rewatch it.
That movie is miles better than The Legend of Chun. I watched it a couple months ago. I put it in, and I hadn't watched it in a while. I'm like, I'd rather watch this than whatever the fuck comes out today. At least it knows. At least it's fun, and at least it knows what it is. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah. For special ops.
Special ed ops. I agree. I think with that movie, it looked like he shot all of his scenes in one day. Because most of it, he's just sitting. He's like in a chair like this, sitting the whole time. The only time he does anything is at the beginning and the end of the movie.
Is he officially retired, or what's the deal with those?
From what I hear, yes, he is. Through the grapevine, from what I hear from people, yes.
Well, knowing Seagal, he probably ate the grapevine.
Probably. But I think it was more because he moved to Russia and all that. I know we're not supposed to say the R word, but I think it's more because of that. Because I heard like he was banned from entering America. I'm like, you can't do that if you're an American citizen. It doesn't really work that way. When you were born here and everything, you can't just ban people. That's not how it works. You can renounce your citizenship, but he didn't do that.
So you don't think he has any more left in the tank, or
no,
like thereof?
Right before COVID broke out, there was an article that I read. He was supposed to do another movie, and then I guess it never happened. I am not complaining at all. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Because that last one that he did, first he was above the law. Then he was beyond the law. That was god awful. And then they tried to, for the marketing, they're like Seagal and DMX reunited. They're not in any scenes together. I think DMX dies halfway through the movie, if I'm not mistaken. Seagal plays the bad guy. I don't think he has any dialogue. Wow. And then he like gets arrested at the end, but you don't see it because like you see like the lights, like the police car lights, and he's like standing there, and then the movie just ends. Yeah, I'm like, I can't take this shit anymore. I can't deal with this.
Well, what you described with the perfect weapon, maybe that's how his career should have ended, taken off.
I agree. I completely agree. Such, despite him being a fucking crackhead and everything, I mean, if you go back and you look at those old school, those classic movies, those are movies. Those are entertaining. Those are fun.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened? You went from that to 20 years of just the same. I do know what happened, but I just, like, as much as people shit on Van Damme, at least when Van Damme got to the direct-to-video stuff, at least he tried and did different things. Mm-hmm. It may not have been good, but at least he tried. It's like, okay, let's do this. Let's try something different,
Is he trying to come back? Because I heard he's doing a sequel to Kill 'Em All. Is that right?
I don't know why, because it was not a good movie, but I don't know. I heard he was doing a couple movies at once. He was supposed to do one with Anthony Hickok, and then unfortunately he died, so I don't know what's going on with that. Apparently one is done, though. Apparently he did a movie and it's done, but I don't know beyond that anything.
Okay. When are we getting a Double Impact 2? That's what I'm wondering.
Right. Quadruple Impact. So the twins both had twins. So now there's like 8 of them. Or 6 or something. There we go. I'm in.
Triple the Van Damage.
That's right. I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life. It's a good classic.
Yeah. Great movie.
I did have fun with that. I don't know if you saw the new one.
I didn't see it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Venom 3. So I'm still looking at this list here.
Chuck Norris, yeah, he's doing a couple of movies apparently.
Yeah, but I think it was like he was there for a day. He got all his stuff done in a day, and that's it.
Yeah, because he's doing like a zombie comedy with Vanilla Ice.
But he's playing himself.
And then he's doing an movie with Mark Singer.
Yeah. And it looked like he was doing some fight scenes. I saw some pictures. But, again, he probably did all his stuff in a couple of days, and that was it. And then he got paid whatever and moved on. It's disappointing because about 10 years ago, he was going to do a movie, and then it never happened. And it sounded interesting.
I wonder why he's coming out, like, trying to do a movie now in his early 80s.
I know why. Because they paid him. That's why.
I mean, he could make just as much or, an efficient amount just doing conventions.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully I'll catch him at a convention here.
Me?
That's not on New Year's. That's every day for me. Every day for me. Because I just giggle.
Are you going to review Black Adam?
No. Unless it was a paid request. What I want to watch out for?
I've seen like the first half of it, and I'm like, I had to walk away.
It was terrible. I can already tell you it was terrible. I don't have to watch it. Let me ask you this. How much money did it make? There you go.
No.
I saw the trailer when I saw Jaws last year in the theater, when they put that back in. I saw the trailer, and I'm like, okay, this is just like every other one of these movies.
What's become of him? Because like he put a lot of, behind that movie and doesn't do well, and now he's doing a biopic about Mark Kerr.
Yep.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, because he was banking on that movie to be this is going to be the next step for me, and it didn't do anything. And then they lied because he went on all the social media and said, no, it made money because of this, and this. And then it didn't. And then everybody was kind of like pointing the finger at one another because he was claiming that it was a hit and it wasn't a hit. Warner Brothers came out and said, no, it's a flop. But he's like, no, it's a hit. No, it's not a hit. It didn't make any money. Nobody went and saw it.
And now he wants to try his hand as like doing a dramatic role, so he can be taken
Yeah,
more seriously.
because all those movies, he tried to do a superhero film. It didn't work. They're not going to make another one with him. Fast and Furious, whatever's going on there with him and Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's getting sued now, I read recently, for something.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yep, those are drying up. And I mean, how many of these movies can you do, like Jungle Cruise, where they're all the same? People, how can they miss you if you don't go away?
Exactly.
So his movies have been making less and less and less and less because it's the same movie over and over again. People don't want to see it. Do something different, or take a breather. Like, I'm going to take 2 years off and that's it. Like, you're not in it for the money because clearly you got more than enough money. But
who would have thought, like back when in the rundown with Arnold passed the torch, that 20 years later we would look at The Rock and be like, yeah, God, this guy should have been a lot more.
Yep. Well, I mean, honestly, I thought that kind of not in 2003, but when he started doing all those Disney movies, I'm like, why? Why? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but why can't you balance it out? Why can't you do more movies like The Rundown and then do a Disney movie? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the problem with Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel didn't do that. When he did The Pacifier, it was too late, even though it made a lot of money. It was a successful movie. But he tried to, when it was too late, to kind of balance that image out, and it didn't work.
And do you think that The Rock kind of borrowed that from Vin Diesel a little bit, or what?
I think in some ways, yeah. But Vin Diesel, I've talked about this a million times. He, I think, is his own biggest enemy because there was so much potential there for him, and he didn't want to do that. He just wanted to keep making Fast and the Furious and Riddick and this, and it's like, well, why don't you do something different? You have the abilities, you have the talent. And then when he tried to do movies like that, it was too late, and none of those movies were successful. Movies like Babylon AD, movies like that are terrible. They're generic, they're awful. You don't remember anything about them 5 minutes after it's over.
Yeah, that's a guy that I liked for a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired of Fast 12.
Yeah, I did too. In the beginning, when it was like Triple X and A Man Apart, stuff like that, I was like, cool. And then it was just, well, I don't want to do that, and I just want to do Riddick movie. It's like, well, there you go. And apparently he is very, very difficult to work with.
I was getting ready to mention that too, because that's what I've heard.
From what I've heard, people that work at Universal, they say he is very difficult to work with. But the reason why they keep working with him is because the Fast and Furious movies for a while were making all this money. So it's like, well, we got to do what we got to do, I suppose. But yeah, they were saying, like, especially this last one that they did, he would come in and he would like yell, and they said he would say things like, well, it's because of me that you're here, and because of this, like, I built this. And it's like, okay, yeah.
He thinks he's Tom Cruise or something.
Right. And he's not. So it's like, okay, dude, cool. I don't know what's going on here.
Do you want to go on for like maybe 25 more minutes or so?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sure.
25, 30 minutes.
He did, yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard about that.
Oh, Gladiator 2 next year. I'm in. I'm in for that.
Oh god, I haven't really seen Gladiator. It's just one of those movies that every time it just gets away from me. I don't know why.
Another Lord of the Rings movie. Great.
Aren't you excited?
I am. Another Lion King. I'm excited.
I had no idea.
Yep. Mufasa, the Lion King. Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Sequel to the live action?
I guess. What up here?
You see that? Just the mention of that dries my throat out, and I need a drink.
And Nosferatu with Johnny Depp's daughter.
She's in that?
Yep.
I heard that's got quite a cast, but I don't look forward to it.
It doesn't say it. The only thing it says about the Lion King it is intended to be the live action stylized photorealistic CGI prequel. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see the word prequel here. My bad. So it's supposed to be a prequel.
Thunderbolts. You look forward to that?
Oh, I'm so excited for another shitty Marvel movie. Which is a shame because I like the property. I like that comic.
Let me see here. What else we got? I still like The Lion King. It's a Disney classic.
It is, before Disney wanted to have sex with your children. That's going to be 30 years old.
Yeah, think about all the movies that came out in
94. 1994 is going to be 30. Oh my God, that's scary.
It seems like I was just watching something from 1994 recently that I can't remember.
I just watched True Lies again because fuck that 4K that's coming out.
Well, I know
so True Lies is going to be 30. The Mask.
Yeah.
Time Cop.
Richie Rich.
On Deadly Ground with Seagal, The Specialist.
Golly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. True Lies with that Arnold with his googly eyes.
I was getting ready to ask you because I know someone asked earlier about the 4K coming out of True Lies.
What the fuck? James Cameron is an idiot. I don't care. He is a fucking idiot.
Looking like Madame Tussauds wax figures.
Yep. Why, dude? Like, for years. Oh, yeah. True Lies in the Abyss. The Abyss actually looks really good. I saw pictures. That looks really good. But True Lies and Aliens, like, really? True Lies. It's coming out on Blu-ray. Okay, sure. And then when it finally comes out, this is what you do? Use AI? Didn't you make 2 movies about AI and how it's going to kill us all?
Yeah. He's going to he's a
Did you forget about that? Or
because I've heard he hates grain. Is that the story?
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because film grain is natural. Film grain is supposed to be there. All his movies have film grain. Like before Avatar, Terminator definitely had film grain because Terminator was made for $6 million. So there you go. Aliens definitely had it. It's supposed to be there. Do you not see grain on mine and John's screens? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be there. It's natural. It's not supposed to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect.
But James Cameron might try to jump in this stream here and take out the grain.
He can eat my fucking butthole because I don't care. So you didn't give us True Lies on Blu-ray for years and years and years for no reason. And then when you do it, you use AI, and then Arnold's got googly eyes, and it's all fucking. Everybody looks like they were left out. When that bomb went off, when that nuclear bomb went off, it looked like everybody just hung out afterwards. After that, getting a tan. I saw the one. I was wrong about this because there was a shot where they're standing outside the hot dog cart. I thought that pretzel that was hanging, I thought that got enlarged. It didn't. They just made everybody look pixelated or waxy. I was wrong. I apologize. But it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if the AI made that pretzel bigger than it actually was. That would not shock me.
He probably.
And I was talking to somebody earlier. He goes, "Do you think, like from here on out, like they're going to do that for all the 4K remasters?" I said, "Probably."
Yeah, I fuck with James Cameron.
It looks terrible. Do you think people are going to want to buy it? And now people will buy it. They definitely will.
Yeah.
But really? James Cameron died when Titanic came out.
He went down with the ship.
He went down with the fucking ship. Linda Hamilton took his balls in the divorce, and he went down with fucking DiCaprio. They could have put all 3 of them on that door, and they would have been fine. But no. Rose, you stupid bitch! You selfish bitch!
Yeah, James Cameron was probably, hanging on when the ship was standing up.
That's right. Fuck Titanic. I cannot stand that movie. I never could. Yeah, it looks nice. It's a great looking movie. Don't get me wrong. I give credit where credit is due. The CG sucks, but
the question is, Fabio, could have Jack fitting on that door?
Yes, they proved it on MythBusters. How many times do I have to go over this with people? They proved it on MythBusters. They proved that they both could have got on that door and they would have lived happily ever after, but no. Dramatic or whatever. Creative integrity. Creative whatever. I don't know.
I love that interview. I don't know if you've seen it around. It's like a little small clip where an interviewer's asking DiCaprio about that. And he has a smile and he's like, no comment.
Yeah, I've seen that. That was funny. That was good. I like that. But
I would say Christmas Vacation.
Well, of course, Christmas Vacation.
And it's a classic.
I had not watched that in forever. fuck James Cameron. I don't get it. I just I do not understand it. And this was the guy that when True Lies came out on Laserdisc, he insisted that he go in and try to fix the movie because they did a they called it the director's edition Laserdisc. It was in full screen, which is not how the movie was shot. And then they went in and tried to get rid of all the film grain, and it looks awful. You can find clips and stuff here on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Now you're going to maybe go out and find these clips.
He did it back then. 30 years ago he did it because he wasn't happy with it.
What is it with James Cameron? Like, why do you think like he's so despising of the grain? And I know that's a broad question, but
I don't get it. Again, this is a guy that came up with Roger Corman, worked on all these movies, cut his teeth there, and that's fine. That's a lot of people did that, and that's the way it should be done, in my opinion. Did Terminator for no money, and did Aliens. If you watch that on DVD, it's grainy because it's supposed to be. It gives it a feel. Terminator 2, if you watch that, do not buy the fucking 4K because the 4K looks awful. It's supposed to be grainy. It's supposed to be there. It's part of the feel. But then no grain. What? Like him? I don't know what happened to him and George Lucas and Spielberg. What happened to these people?
Well, with Cameron, I theorized that too many submersible dives to the Titanic as
probably because that is a thing. That is definitely a thing.
Okay, that's what I've been guessing.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing because you have guys that were divers in the Navy, and they have I don't know what they call it, but they have, I guess it's like a form of PTSD or whatever, but they have it from submerging too long and going through those elevations underwater. Yeah, that's a real thing. So that probably might be correct, to be honest.
Maybe that's what's been, yeah.
It's brain damage in some way, I would guess. But I don't get it. George Lucas, Star Wars is Star Wars and it's great and it's perfect. Oh, it's not. And then we got to change this and we got to change that. Why? What the fuck happened? Why?
Ego.
And look, George Lucas was smart because when they did Star Wars, he was able to get the merchandise rights, and that made him more money than anything else. He was smart because no one did that before him. When he did Star Wars, because they wanted him to sign over something, he goes, well, if you get that, I want the merchandise. And they said, okay, because they didn't think it was going to make any money. Well, 50 years later, boom, there you go. So he was smart, and no one will ever give him credit for that. Spielberg, I'm sorry for Jaws. Jaws led to the death of sharks. What? What are you talking about?
I forgot about that. That was like last year or the year before, wasn't it? Yeah.
Happened to these people? These people were gods. These people were titans when I was a kid. These were the people that I worshipped. Now they're all weird.
You think it's age too?
Yeah, I think it's age, and I think it's them trying to stay relevant with all this stupid woke bullshit. And it's like you guys are way better than that. Like Madonna. Well, I have to fit in. No, you don't. You didn't need to get plastic surgery. You don't need to do stupid shit on TikTok. Just do your thing.
What happened to her face too? I'm just
I do not understand that. It's not like she wasn't ugly. You know, I mean, I was never the biggest fan, but she was not ugly. I don't know what happened. Why? Now she looks like Predator.
Well, going back to The Abyss for a second, because I heard about this, that The Abyss 4K release is shelved in the UK over refusal to cut a scene. Something about the rat.
Yeah, because when they came out, they cut it out originally because it was animal cruelty. Because they in the UK they have very strict laws about that with film.
Okay, because I was just looking at,
which I'm not complaining, you know, because what is it? Snake in the Eagle Shadow with Jackie Chan. There's scenes in that they cut out because it was animal cruelty, and the animals actually died because of it. Not on film, not on camera, but afterwards, some of those animals actually died, so they had to cut that out. And again, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I've seen that movie before, and I forgot about those scenes.
Yep. Any animal cruelty stuff, they're really strict on in that part of the world. I get it. I'm not complaining about it.
There's a Kickboxer Steelbook Blu-ray coming out?
Oh yeah, Walmart exclusive. Are you getting it? But I thought Walmart wasn't going to sell it anymore.
Yeah, I'm just going through. I think there's we've still got a few people in here watching, but the comments, I think we're caught up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on comingsoon.net. You look forward to the new X-Men animated series coming back?
Oh yeah, I'm down. And they recasted Jubilee because it's not fair that a white woman voiced Jubilee. Give me a fucking break.
Okay, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so the lady that voiced Jubilee in the original cartoon was white. It's actually the same lady that voices Claire Redfield in the older Resident Evil games. So she relinquished her role because it's just not fair that an Asian character like Jubilee was voiced by a white woman. Yep. It's all stupid. This is all stupid. Like The Simpsons. The Simpsons went woke because Hank Azaria doesn't do a poo anymore. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, Glenn Powell talks about the Twisters movie coming out.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait. This is what he says. It's definitely not a reboot. We're not trying to recreate the story from the first one. It's a completely original story. There are no characters from the original movie back, so it's not really a continuation. It's its own standalone story in the modern day.
Well, that's cool because I'm still not going to watch it.
Then why? Then call it something else. Then, if it's no relation to the first movie,
are they going to play Twister?
Yeah,
the hot spot. No, they're not.
I'd rather play Twister with Rosario Dawson because that's the one part of Men in Black 2 that I'm like, I hate you worm guys, because
that's right. That was left in the script. Again, I say it all the time. I think there's 25 pages of the script missing from that movie. That's just my
Men in Black 2?
Yeah. And I know they reshot the ending at the last minute, so that didn't help. Definitely did not. It's okay, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, so they wiped out Kay's memory only for him to get it back, and they spent half the movie trying to do that, and then the other half of the movie, they're just kind of recycling the first movie. It's like, okay.
Yeah, watching it again, I'm like, I still like their chemistry, but it's just it felt a little bit too off the wall for me.
Right. And then they definitely toned it down from the first movie because it seemed like the first movie was more edgy, a little darker, a little more serious, a little more scary.
Yeah.
And then they kind of made it more for kids. I would,
like the cartoon.
I guess, you know,
they try to make like the cartoon. Is that what it was?
Right. And they were more interested because I remember when the second one came out, like Burger King had the toys, so they were more interested in selling toys and cheeseburgers, and it's like, okay. The first movie had toys. The first movie had all this stuff, and it did very well. So
I can't believe that movie came out. I remember seeing that in theater. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting question.
Of all time.
I don't know. There's way too many.
Can that question even be answered?
I'm Batman.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
There's another one.
Because they paid him, that's why.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only reason why, because they paid him.
Sydney Sweeney. Wildman has a big crush on Sydney Sweeney.
A lot of people have a big crush on her. Yeah, she's not ugly. I'll say that, but
yeah, I'm just looking at other movie news here. Not too much going on.
Another favorite line. Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the women.
Yeah. Classic. What? Okay, what we do in life?
What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Yeah, Gladiator is one of those movies I just haven't gotten around to watch yet.
We had to watch that in school last year.
Good.
That was the assignment. I'm like, well, that's easy. I could do that. So, and we had to figure out the Freytag pyramid for Gladiator.
And what's that again?
The Freytag pyramid is what they use when they write. So it's like exposition, conflict, whatever is at the top, and then resolution. It's like how they plot it out.
Okay.
So we had to figure that out for Gladiator. And I think I was the only one that did the assignment.
Do you like the movie? Because I mean,
I do like Gladiator. I always liked it. I saw it when it first came out on VHS back in the day, and I still really like it. I have it on Blu-ray around here somewhere.
Yeah, I got it. I see it right there. It's right underneath The Great Outdoors.
There you go. But everyone uses the excuse, well, I couldn't find it. And I'm like, well, if you buy it on DVD, if you buy it on Blu-ray, you won't have that problem.
Yeah, just look at your background. Look at the background of the stream here. This is all.
I think I'm okay. I think I'm doing all right. There's nothing to watch. Are you sure? Because I think I have plenty here.
I've heard about that one, but I've never.
That's
seen
a good one too, from the 90s.
Yeah, I think let's see. Yeah, we're going for a few more minutes. So about 10:30. That'll be 2 hours.
That's fine. It's fine with me.
Marvel versus Capcom 4.
Not really.
I haven't played those in so long though.
Thinking, what am I going to watch tonight? Because I do want to watch something tonight.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. Yeah, because I did actually. You know what? I'll show these off before I in the stream. Oh my god! But I got these in the mail. I got Midnight Run, the
Ooh,
and sneakers. These are upgrades because I have them on DVD, but I'm trying to get more over the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that is the plan. do that. This past year, I didn't have the time to do that, and just trying to, get caught up on other things. But the plan, hopefully, is to try to upgrade as much of this from DVD to Blu-ray as possible.
Yeah, I need a. Man, I promised myself too. I'm going to do like a whole movie collection count sometime in January.
There you go.
What I got. Which one?
Gladiator from the 90s. Yeah, the soundtrack is good. I think Cinderella's on there, like you said. I think Cheap Trick is on there. That soundtrack is pretty good.
Another movie you just reminded me of, Wild Man, is Digstown with Lee Gossett Jr. and this is a good question in the stream on. Did you get anything for Christmas?
I did. That video will be uploaded in a couple days here for New Year's Eve.
I got like 2 gift cards, 2 Subway cards. What else did I get? Some body wash.
Cool. No, I got some cool stuff.
All right, I have to check out that video then.
Yep, that'll be up.
Yeah, so I have to.
Oh,
what's that?
I forgot. Cara Buono is in Gladiator. She's in Stranger Things, but she was in The Sopranos. She played Christopher's wife.
So what's the story with the sequel? Like, is it going to take place years later, or what's?
For Gladiator, I don't know. I heard that it's going to be a different character, and it's like, why? Who cares?
Hey, we got Rich, director screenwriter Rich in the chat.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we've been going for like almost 2 hours. We're going to wrap up in a few minutes, but it's cool to see Rich in here.
I think Wild Man meant to say Warrant. Warrant did the cover of We Will Rock You, not Cinderella.
Oh, is it that Alien Romulus, whatever that new one's?
Who gives a shit? Who cares? Yeah, Cheap Trick is also on that soundtrack.
Yeah, I need to check out that one. I think I have it as part of like a 4-pack of boxing movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's only on DVD. I don't think there's a Blu-ray, but there should be.
But who's gonna? So we'll do like one more question. There's nothing else going on in the news.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, I don't even if there is, it's nothing to be excited about.
I will say though, I don't know if you've seen the little bit of the second season of Reacher.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that soon here. I'm trying to get through Walker, Texas Ranger right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what season you on?
I'm on season 4.
Okay.
Which I think, in my opinion, was the last really good season. Because then from then on, they tried to like add, and I'm not taking away from anybody, but when they started adding on in the younger characters, it's like Chuck Norris had less to do. He would just kind of show up to fight, and then that was it. And it's like, no, I don't like that. And then that was the time, and again, I have nothing against this, but that was the time when he became a born-again Christian, and they started putting a lot more of that into the show. And I'm just like, people just want to see Chuck Norris kick people and shoot them and blow them up.
Was it season 4 when they brought in Trent? And
that was at the end. That was one of the last episodes. And then in season 5 and 6, they're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the spinoff, and then that was it because the spinoff didn't last long. Sons of Thunder. And then they brought in, what's her name? Nia Peoples.
Nia Peoples.
The other dude. And then, they kind of took over the show, and Chuck Norris would just show up and kick people when he needed to. And it's like, okay. But yeah, the first 4 seasons I really like. And then they kind of, from there, It's not bad, but then they started changing things, and it's like, okay. When it was the four original actors, it was good, and then when they started putting other people in, it's like, okay.
That's kind of what I would feel because I love Walker. I can see the series right there. Like I want to go back and rewatch it again. I think I would feel the same way though. But we can wrap up here, and I mean, this has been a couple of hours, but it's been a whole lot of fun. Reuniting once again.
Yeah, we should do. Hopefully, we'll do this more often.
Definitely, and for everybody in the chat, thank you for dropping by, and it was a lot of fun to hang with Fabio, and we're definitely going to do this again, whether a stream or a commentary or whatever you guys want to do.
Why not?
Any last words?
No, I'm good.
But thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys later.
Take care. Why am I still here?